We back. We back. I apologize for being little bit late. I'll take the blame on it. But we're happy to be here another Wednesday. This might be risky. So we got some familiar faces, a couple new ones. Poop. They probably might consider you still new. Chat the first time. You know what I mean. So make some noise for that.
Thank
Let's
you.
get right into it. Let's get right into it. Corey, you a truck driver?
Yeah, man. I gotta make this money, bro. Side hustles.
I hear that.
Moving this work.
Indeed, indeed. Well, this might be risky, man. So first topic: do you consider your partner, specifically in a marriage, your possession? Is your partner in a marriage your possession? Master Corey, we'll let you do the honors.
Damn, I need a second to think about that one. Is in my possession.
So there's a
Um,
contract involved. You know what I mean? You make life or death decisions. So is the person you're married to is he or she your possession?
that word is tricky. Right now, I'm gonna say no.
What
Um,
are you scratching your head?
because I mean, I do feel like she's mine, but I don't own her. So I don't control her. I'm gonna say nah, she's not my possession. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying right now, but that's subject to change.
Okay. Subject to
Think
change.
about as I hear everybody else talk.
All right. Tomorrow, what you think?
No, definitely not a possession. I mean, everybody is their own person. You don't own anybody, or you can't control any one particular individual, even if you tried. So, if you're talking about just in the relationship standpoint, no.
No. Okay. Now, okay, but usually people have full reign over their children. So with position, but you don't control what they do necessarily. But don't you possess your kids?
No, you
Mm-mm,
don't
you don't
possess
want
your children either.
mm-mm.
Okay. I just wanted to see if there's a point of clarification there.
Uh,
Ask you what you think.
I think no. You can't control anybody. I mean, own anybody. It's called slavery that ended. So you have a legal, uh, I guess, commitment to them, but you don't own anyone. You can't own people.
Okay. Caddy, is your husband or wife consider your possession?
No, even if in my mind, maybe, but in reality, no. No one belongs to anyone. I think the larger discussion is about how we materialize that and how we still try to own our partners in a sense.
Mhm.
But no, we all have free will, and we're choosing, even in a marriage, to be committed and act on that commitment every day. So, nope, nope, not a possession.
Okay. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
hey,
So first topic is your husband or wife your possession?
Only in my mind. Only in my mind. Only in my mind. I mean, um, as people, as individuals, when you are married, you make that choice to decide every day, okay, do I want to be in this partnership with this person? Do I want to do this thing called life with them? But at the end of the day, no matter what I think in my head, I have no say so or whatever it is that he chooses to do.
Okay. So what does the contract do for you? So you saying the contract is just circumstantial, the marriage contract? Or why is it that if your husband, God forbid, knock on wood, hypothetically, anything were to happen to him, you get to make the choice over his life. But you're saying that's not possession?
No, I don't think
Um,
it's possession.
no, because I think ideally you're having those conversations beforehand. That individual there is fulfilling your wishes that you would like to have, and in the event that you are unable to make those decisions sound mind. Don't think that's a possession.
Okay. So when you stand now, this would be if you're not Christian, if you didn't have a Christian wedding, then maybe this wouldn't apply. But like death to us part, sickness and health, rich or poor, what do we consider like all of those must and you cannot get out of it, regardless of with the exception of adultery, if you're a Christian, right? I'm just wondering, like, is the word too strong? Because
It's
we're hesitating and we're saying, "Oh, in our mind only." Why just think? How does that doesn't manifest itself?
no, I mean, I think the word in itself is, I wouldn't say it's too strong, but it's just not appropriate for the context. Even if we're obsessed with our partner, I think as long as we're saying we know that we can't own them, we can't control them, and they don't belong to us in a sense, we just hope that they act in respect of us. So, but the marriage vows, I think that's a little tricky because I don't know that everybody is prepared to uphold those marriage vows. When you talk about for better or for worse, we always err on the side of better than for worse, and we never know how worse looks like in our dynamics. So and a lot of times when it comes down to the worst part, that's when we decide to exit out. So yeah, I mean, and even when you think about it in that sense, we can't really possess anybody because we're quick to kind of be out when things aren't right.
Hmm. Let me think about. So you're saying that because we're quitters, then by that we can't possess?
Well, no, not that just because we're quitters or we decide to exit out of a relationship or a marriage that we can't possess, but it's just like if you believe someone is yours, then technically you believe that they're always yours, regardless of the circumstance. And marriage is circumstantial, meaning if something happens and one of us doesn't agree with it, we feel or we may move out of that dynamic. And therefore and even in our minds, if we felt like we possessed the person, given the circumstances, we may choose to exit out. So yeah, possession is just not a real word when you characterize it in the terms of a relationship, I feel.
Okay. So does anybody have a better word for what it is? Because I don't. I think based on the contract, based on what they can and cannot do, based on the agreement, I feel like there is a particular ownership. I think possession is a strong word that I use on purpose, but I think there is an ownership over that person once you sign that contract. There was a football player who got sued for having sex with another man's wife in North Carolina because they have some antiquated laws, but I forget what it was called exactly. But because he did that and broke the home up, he civilly sued him and he won the case because that man does own his wife. He does possess his wife. There is a contract
No, that's not
between them.
that's not it. It's just that he broke the contract. He broke the marriage contract. So he broke the constitution of marriage. It's not that he lost possession or someone stole possession of his wife or whoever it was that cheated. Yeah, it's just about the contract itself, like breaking that marriage commitment that's binded by law.
Yeah, because no, well, this is adultery though. So you're saying
Mhm.
that?
So the
So the
man on the side was the one that was sued.
yes,
But I thought that was pertaining to like emotional distress or something like that, but not in particular to them breaking up the.
yeah. So it was because of the marriage itself, and that's why it was a law specifically in North Carolina. I can find it in just a
It's
second.
alienation of affection law.
Ash, can you break it down? Because I don't know. Have you know the case I'm talking about?
What was the
I
term
don't
she
know what
just
case you're
used?
talking about. But I'm from North Carolina, and I know people sue people the side chicks and side pieces all the time for the because they
Really?
yeah, it's a thing down here. It's stupid, but it's a thing because the person you should be suing is the person that you have a legal contract with, your spouse.
Mhm.
But whatever. Um, but it's a law because basically they're saying the outside person came in and destroyed their marriage by being the outside person. But
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
how
I
kind
think
of
that's
how
a
it
good
goes.
articulation. Corey, what were we about to say?
No, I was asking what was the term she used? She said it was some sort of law.
Alienation of affection, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
unfamiliar.
that is it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know. This is something I contemplated because just because everything that goes into it, plus being what people would deem Christian. I mean, in the Bible it says, "He who getteth a wife getteth a possession."
Well. Well, in the biblical days, women didn't really have any rights anyway. So we're gonna go about biblical. We didn't have any rights. We were possessions in the Bible, but we're not possessions now. Thank God, because we have laws against that.
So well, yeah, because I mean, and are you saying like just olden times? Because this particular prophet that said that was in a time where Greece was reigning. Just to give you more context, like it wasn't like Babylon, like way back. It was kind of like like when Alexander the Great was around.
I'm just saying, back in those in the older days, women didn't have rights anyway. We didn't have rights. We didn't have any type of say so of anything. The man was the person who made all the decisions, had all the rights. We were just
As it
there.
should be.
Yeah.
We were just there to have his babies and do what he wanted us to do. So we didn't have any rights anyway. So using biblical um uh, uh using the Bible as a reference in modern day is not the best point of view or point of reference, because laws have changed and we have rights now. It's just not what y'all say go.
Yes. But
So
also too, like if we think about back in the day, another reason why people got married, marriage was a business. And in some
yeah,
places, marriage still is a business.
it is.
So when you look back at, let me not even try to get into my math, but if you look back several years ago, people, the idea was I'm going to get married and we're going to have several children because my family is going to be the one that is going to take care and run the business, keep up the land. So people weren't just getting married for the sake of, because we're in love, they were
Mhm.
getting married because it was a business.
Business.
And in the institution, I guess you would say, in thinking of the realm of business, you know, it's fucked up to say, but I can see why it was that men thought of women as their possession, because this is my land. As the man, I have this power. And because of that, like, you will do as I say. However, we are not in that realm anymore. Women are independent. We have the choice to get married. Our families are not selling us off to be married anymore because of profit for the
Right.
rest of the family.
Right.
So
Mm.
possession isn't a term I would use in today's society.
Okay, respect, respect. Any final thoughts on the topic?
Case closed.
Case closed. No doubt.
That was one we all agreed on
Right.
That's a
first.
fact.
All right. So next topic.